My name is Charles Roberts, and I am the designer of the Redemption Cross. And this video is to go into more detail on how to make the cross. I hope to, in this video, to complete one cross. And some of the things that we need to cover first is some of the tools that I use. I use a hex key, or what is known as a Allen wrench and stuff. I use various sizes, and for the bigger cords that I use this size, and for the 1/8 this here, and smaller I use this type of hex key. And also I have a piece of wood that has a channel in it that I use to tie around the cord around it, so that I have something to hold on to while I am doing the cross. And to help into making the cross tighter and everything, I use this tool here. All it is a piece of nylon cord with wooden balls at the end of it, so that I can grip a hold of it. Now, also I have a lighter that I use, and I use it to, after I cut the ends of the cord, I melt the cord so that it will be permanently there. The cord that I use is a 1/8 inch diameter cord, and for the cross you need approximately 3.5 feet to do the cross. And anything less than that, you're going to have problems in completing the cross. More than that, you'll have some left over. This is some of the tools that I use in making the cross. Now I'm going to start off with creating the end piece on the cord that will be used to go around your keychain and everything like that. You make 2 loops over that. You run through the 2 loops with the bitter end. Then you kind of pull it down like that, and then you go back through that same 2 loops, just as such. Now I insert the wooden dowel with that groove in it, so that I would have something to hold on to, and then I hold on to the small bitter end, and I tighten down the 2 loops around that end. It helps to so I can pull on it. Now when I say 3 fingers, the measurement of that is 2 1/4, 2.5 inches in length, because that's approximately what the length of my 3 fingers that I have. So I use it to determine the beginning point of my cross. So at this time I will take the Allen wrench that I use normally, and I measure 3 fingers from that knot, and I create a 1/2 inch as such. And then I insert in that knot the Allen wrench as so. Now I tighten it down tight. The purpose of the Allen wrench is to give you something that you can tighten the string on tight, so that it is really firm. So now that is the first knot and the beginning knot of the Redemption Cross. It's the bottom part of the cross. Now we are going to make 10 1/2 inches up the cord that we have here to the wooden piece, and that is the beginning of, that will be the bottom part of the Redemption Cross. Now here's the second 1/2 inch. You go over and go back through the loop. That completes your second one, and you keep doing this until you have 10 1/2 inches on the Allen wrench. we've completed 3 at this time. 4, 5, 6, 7. As I'm tying these, you notice that the string will rotate. That's because of the style of the half hitches that I'm putting on there, and that's the way it was designed. So now I've said we had 7, so we count and make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we got 3 more that we have to make before we completed the bottom part of the cross. That's 8, 9, and 10. So now we got 10 there. Now after we've completed the 10, we need to pull the hex key out, or the Allen wrench out of the bottom part. Now we got this here, so before we go on any further, we need to make this as tight as we can. So we're going to pull this way until we get it as tight as we can, and we're going to rotate the string as we are doing it. So we pull, and it's making it smaller so that we can do this. And I come up and I rotate the string, the half hitches, around the cord so it's a little tighter, like that. Now I use the cord here to tighten it down, and what I basically do, I put it around the bottom of the top part of the cross where I finished, like so, and I pull, holding on to the dowel, and make it as tight as I can, like so. That will get it tight, and when you, at the end, when you boil it or put hot water over the nylon, it'll get even tighter, and it will stay firm from forever, probably. Okay, now we're fixing to do the first cross arm, the arm at the top. Okay, the purpose, what you have to do on this here is that you create a half hitch like before. Here now we'll insert again the Allen wrench in there, and I have it where it's behind this one cord here through the knot, and I tighten up the knot so it's about 1/8 of an inch away from the base, as such. There's an 1/8 inch gap right in here, so that's where you're going to be working on tying the cross arm, the arm there. Okay, you go in between the first half hitch and the base, like so. Now you pull it tight up against that, and that's 2. You got to put 5 on this side. So we'll do another one, and then we'll put a 4th one on there. Then we'll pull, after the 4th one, we'll pull out the Allen wrench, and then we'll put the 5th one there at that time. So here's the 4th half hitch, and we pull it tight. As you can see, the Allen wrench helps me to pull this tight so that it will stay together, and I won't be wobbling all over the place trying to get it in there. So now I am going to remove the Allen wrench, and then I tighten up a little bit. Then I do my last half hitch on that side, and you force it up against the base there so it will make room. And you just keep pulling, it'll slide in there just as such. Now it's very important here that that you twist this counterclockwise, one full turn. And what I do it like this. I twist it until it comes back around, as such. And then I take it, when you get like that, you're ready to attach it to the main cord. And it comes across the top of the stem there, like so. And you push it up there close to all the other half hitches. Now that attaches it to the main cord. Again, I use the tool, the nylon cord that I have the wooden balls to it, to tighten it up. Then you're ready to do the other side of the cross arm. And again, you repeat the same steps as you did before. You make another half hitch and insert Allen wrench around it or behind it, and you just like that. And again, it's going to be an 1/8 inch gap. Now, you look closely here, you see that I'm going perpendicular from the last cross arm, this one here, that arm. You're going to work perpendicular to it so that that way you know exactly where you're at and if you're doing it right. You tighten it up. Now you do the same that you did on the previous one. It takes 5 half hitches. I got 2 there. 3. 4. Now we will remove the Allen wrench this time and kind of tighten it up. Now we do the 5th and final half hitch on that arm, and we get it just like we did before. You got to get it up there close so you can get it down below the rest of the arms, like such. Now we're going to twist this clockwise 2 full turns, like such. Now I take it and I stretch this so I have more room on the cord and everything, and I have it like so. Now when you get done, you should have your main cord on the other side of the cross and the last cross arm on this side. So there's a gap like so between it. Now you're going to do 3 more half hitches. Here's this one, which is the tying half hitch that ties that cross arm to the cord. Now you get it tight. Now again we'll use that nylon cord to tighten it down even tighter, like such. And then you pull. You keep pulling until you get it as tight as you want, and then you finish it up with the last 2 half hitches, like so. And you got 1 more after that, which it will make 24 half hitches that you have total in this cross. And that's symbolical of the 24 hours a day. And well, the reason why I called it the Redemption Cross is because through Christ our Lord, we are redeemed. In the 24 half hitches, as I said, resembles the 24 hours of the day, and so it means that you got redemption for all 24 hours a day by way of the Lord Jesus Christ. So now we're finished to the point of the cross arm, the redemption cross, and all we got to do now is to cut this piece here off and then melt the end of it, and we are done with the cross. So I'm at this time I am going to get my pocket knife and we'll cut it and melt the end. Sorry about the dead time here, but not quite there. Okay. What we end up doing is we just take and cut off the close to the end, about 1/8 of an inch away from the last half inch, like so. Now, all we got to do now is to melt that end, and I'll do that off screen at this time. Okay, I have melted the end. I wet the tip of my finger and I smooth it out so that it won't be sticking up too high. Okay, we have now completed one full redemption cross. We can tighten it up, you know, make it look better, twist the various arms and stuff, and get it where you like it. And then after you get done with it, you take and some hot water and stuff that you get out of the microwave or out of a machine and stuff, and you stick this into a styrofoam cup with the hot water, and it will shrink. It'll make it real hard. And then after that, after it dries and stuff, you can put it in various type of dye, because nylon will take a dye, but sometimes to get it as permanent as possible, you have to maybe let it stay in the dye for a few hours and stuff. This completes the video on how to make a redemption cross. I hope you all enjoy the video and in making the redemption cross. Thank you very much.